Okay, everyone. Welcome to another A&T Talk podcast. This is going to be my podcast alone. This is where I do my not so common sense podcast. I try to do things like that. Now I'm doing it live on YouTube from this channel. So if you're looking for the podcast, sometimes I do it on the regular podcast version. I already did this pretty much on the podcast version, but I wanted to join in on it here on YouTube. So, yes, you know what this is all about. There you go. You already know how I pretty much feel about this when it comes to the audio version of the podcast, which you can also listen into. Just go to our, YouTube page, A&T Talk Podcast, and the audio version of the podcast is available there, and you can look at it and we can listen to it, excuse me, on Spotify, or you can do it by going to Apple Podcasts as well, because it is available on Apple Podcasts. So, anyway, had to do this, because hey, everyone knows what's going on with the whole thing with Sneako. We know that he started some beef with Moist Critical, where he started to talk about his girlfriend and the monogamous relationship that he was in, as if that was a problem. Again, I don't understand this. Now, again, this is coming from a person who was an incel, seriously, a former incel myself, literally up until about age of 29. So, yeah, just think about that. Barely having any friends, well, don't even have really any friends, really. Not having any girlfriends at all, period, really. And this one that I'm with right now is my fiance and probably going to be my wife soon. As you can see how much things change once I decided to change things. Now, I'm going to talk about this on the, live stream on YouTube here. So please beware of that. I will be doing that. So another live stream will come up where I talk about my life as a incel, basically. And now it's not your typical incel that you would think of, like Sneako, right, supremacist type thing. No. But yes, I was an incel. Person who barely had any friends, stuck to themselves, played video games, went to sleep, that type of stuff. Who believed they couldn't get a girlfriend at all, period. So yeah, I'll explain that. I'll have my fiance here with me. Get out the way. I'll have my fiance here with me so she can go ahead and be able to explain things. So, from her point of view, when we met up and how she viewed me and everything like that, because I can't tell you how she viewed me, she can. But anyway, since we're here, let's talk about Sneako. So we all know again about the whole situation, how he started some beef talking about Moist Critical and his girlfriend, literally out of nowhere, because people like him who barely has a following need to continuously latch on to those individuals who are in the YouTube sphere, because he's on Rumble where not many people are at. But he needs to latch on to them so he can stay relevant. Because as soon as his chat grows up, and they will grow up, he's going to start to lose them. And he's going to have to hope to hold on to and gain more and more following. But it's going to be harder to do when you're on Rumble compared to YouTube, where everyone can get to. Everyone can navigate. Everyone knows what it is. Right? So, make sure that light is up high enough. Yes, indeed. There we go. Had to do that so you guys, keep it nice and bright. But anyway, he did that, and of course, Moist Critical just returned and said, hey, keep my name out of your mouth, type of thing. This escalated to Sneako acting like a clown that he is, dashing around with a gun with a cigar in his mouth like a retard and talking about how he's going to show up. So, I have a video that I used. This is from the Willie Mack show. I'm going to use it again here as well. You know, don't own it, just using it. Trust me, bro. I want to jump in on it. You know, just trying to tell you, you know. Well, basically, you know, just doing this. It's my turn. Yeah, y'all see it. Y'all know what I mean. It's my turn. It's my turn. You know. Yep, there I go. And so it's my turn to join in. Yeah, I had to do that. I had to do that for you guys. Join in. It's my turn. There I go. Just sitting here sipping. Now it's my turn to join in on the stomping. Right. My turn to join in on the stomping the Sneako. So anyway, but let me be more, you know, less corny and let's actually do this thing. Here you go. So, gonna give you the volume so you guys can hear. And I'm not gonna play the whole thing because it's 40 minutes, but I am gonna play a lot of it so you can definitely get the gist of it. So in case you want to know. I couldn't agree more. He said bring bullying back. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my fair share as being a literal nobody on YouTube with one subscriber and doing my best to help bully Sneako. It's not a you know proper bullying until somebody who literally has nothing to do with this, nothing to gain, jumps in and starts kicking you. That's what the meme was for. It's my turn to jump in. Like I said, bring bullying back. He said it out of his mouth. Need to bring bullying back. He didn't know that he'll be the one that's going to be the bully, being bullied. It's fun to bully somebody who needs it. So let me do my proper due diligence and help bully this man.
Couldn't agree more. Sneako is a thought leader who lives by trying to seek the truth, even though he can't explain what that truth is.
My motto for the stream is seek truth through funny. I want to be able to tell the truth. You don't talk about the issues that you don't question the powers that be, and you don't talk about the uncomfortable truths that are really happening. I've always said this on my stream. If they hide it, then it's the truth.
Do you hear that nonsense? He said if they hide it, it must be true. Not true. Because certain people need to be stowed away. Like him. Unlike Willie Mack here, who says he shouldn't be banned, I disagree. No, banning him. He does need to be banned. You can say that it's not really working. Yes, it is. He would have billions upon billions of followers. Now he barely has maybe a couple hundred. Well, not 100, but a couple 100,000. You know, he gets maybe 2,000, maybe 3,000 views, and a lot of those views are coming from people outside of Rumble coming there to look at him. So I can guarantee you when he was on YouTube, he had guaranteed millions of followers and millions of subscribers and millions upon millions of views. He will routinely have millions of views on a given video. Now he barely has that. That means it's working. And as we've seen with Alex Jones, how he started to lose his mind Soon as the government came in and said, "Oh, now it's time to put the boost to him," because he knew I don't have the luxury of having YouTube and that YouTube money. Now that doesn't mean he's not rich. He's still rich, but he doesn't have that money that be able to survive a real good lawsuit, like what happened with the Sandy Hook victims, right? Closer, right? So Sneako is getting what he's gonna get what he deserved. Just like Alex Jones did, he got what he deserved. So hey, it's only just a matter of time. And he's slowly, but damn surely, getting destroyed. And I'm loving it.
Then it's the truth.
He's made a career off of suckling off the success.
Now you had to understand the reason why he's defending Andrew Tate is because I think I think I'll get to that point hopefully, but you know, Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate's clone, came out there and said he was passing the torch to Sneako, right? And like a sentimental bitch, this idiot cried at his followers for passing the torch. Which what type of torch are you passing to Sneako when y'all literal fucking criminals? Just in case you guys are out there and may somehow listening on this, there are Sneako fans. By the way, if you are listening, this dude is a joke. This is me, a literal nobody with one fucking subscriber, saying that he's a joke because I have more character than Sneako can ever have. Period. He's a joke. He has to stick around and eat the ass of Andrew Tate constantly because if he deviates for a second, he knows the only thing else he has left, which is his followers, will abandon him. He's not a man. He's not an alpha. He's not even a beta. He's something less than that. He's a bitch. He's a little bitch. He would challenge people he believes he can beat. But as soon as someone accepts his challenge, he flakes. We all been around this type of person when we were in middle school and high school. He tries to act like a bully, but then when it comes time to put up or shut up, he beats a bitch and cowardice. That's what he is. A little bitch. And Andrew Tate, taint liquor. He can't be a man of his own. There's nothing about Sneako that's his own man. What about you is you yourself? There's not something that's trying to be Andrew Tate. There's nothing.
Based. What you just said sounds like sex trafficking, my dude.
Sorry, bro. I can't allow you to do that. They're not a subscriber or anything. So let me go ahead and let this play for a bit. You know, I'm getting to his proper video so we can get past this intro real quick. There we go. Now let's add him back. There we go.
Were we? Oh yeah, our favorite soy boy Sneako.
Who is this cute little lesbian and how tight is her pussy?
Sneako's content and message largely revolves around destroying women. He loves watching these street interviews. It's what he bases his entire worldview off of.
Why are the women who say they won't settle okay with settling for living and dying alone with a dozen cats?
Listen to that statement, that supposed question. Why are women who aren't okay with settling? So you set up one purview where these have to be these women, and it only can be these women that aren't okay with settling. And then say that they are okay with settling. So you're only saying about very few women. So what the hell does it mean anything? It's a catch-22 if I say, well, those women aren't really settling for being in that situation. They haven't met the right person. What then? They haven't met the right person. They're probably still out there trying to meet people. Problem being is you have individuals like Sneako out there, these manosphere, red-pilled individuals who treat women like they're garbage. And you wonder why you can't find a woman. That's why I say if you out there and you listen and from his, his podcast, his views, his base, what the fuck is he really giving you? You pay all this money for his stupid ass classes, and he doesn't even teach you how to do anything. He doesn't. This hustler university like thing that he's pulling is a scam. You're being hustled. Nothing that Sneako says and tells you is going to lead you to getting a woman. I can tell you because I've been in that life where you're by yourself, you're self-conscious, and you're not willing to, speak up. You're timid, you're afraid. Rejection is real. So you don't know how to do it. I've been there. I've been there trying to get those, Instagram models to learn that they're fake. They're fake. They're not real women. They're fake. I worried about the whole thing with appearance and things like that. But then I realized, why do that when I need to worry about the more important things? When I get out here on my own, because I was living with my dad still, when I get out here on my own, I'm going to need an extra income because I'm not rich. I can't afford Lamborghinis and things like that. Even if I could, I wouldn't buy those pieces of shit anyway. You get a little paper scratch on the damn thing, you might as well total it. It's only dumb rich people who got plenty of money to blow on frivolous dumb stuff get Lamborghinis. I'll get a basic mid-sized car that'll be like what, $25,000, $20,000, $30,000, because I know if I get a scratch on it, I can go take it to a local person, fix the paint, easy. Anything happens to my vehicle, I can get it taken care of because I know the parts to my vehicle are readily available and I can just easily pull it up, fix it. You get a Lamborghini, you gotta go buy another Lamborghini straight up. Anything happens to it. And then you gotta deal with the fact that the police will be on your behind, sniffing on you, thinking that you're doing something illegal. Because most people that have it definitely do things that are illegal. let's keep on going.
They're egotistical and they don't want to ever admit that they need a man or that maybe
Listen to that stupid hypocrisy. Because they can't decide between Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Women shouldn't have the right to vote. Look at that jump that he has. You can easily catch him in the same type of dumb idiocy I think he does in this video, remember correctly. And what happens? Oh boy. I don't know. Well, yeah, if you structure a question that leads you to that one and only result, you're gonna get what you get. These women, definitely the way they look, aren't somebody who's in the politics game. They're not in the game following everything political and things like that. Left wing, right wing, liberal, progressive, conservative. They're not into that shit. They're normies. They haven't went down the rabbit hole at all. Don't even know there's a rabbit hole to go down. Let them be what they are.
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
He thinks that's an own.
Really, think about this. Ask a simple question like that. Is everyone special? Now, where's the result? Where's the way you think this should go? Yes, everyone says, oh, yeah, okay, everyone's special. You know, everyone's special. Let me get her up. Get her up. Well, forgot about that. It's on her computer as well. Forgot that. It was on her computer as well. Hold on. Let me get her up. There we go. Got to get her up because she had to start doing some cooking. There we go. I told you, not like your usual live stream here. I'm more real. You know, life happens, so I gotta get up and do the cooking. But yeah. Anywho, how do you think Sneako is going to react to that? How do you think this dummy is going to react to it? The only way he knows how. The thing about Sneako is he's loud, obnoxious, and dumb. The only thing he does is scream. Because he doesn't have anything. He's loud, he screams, he obnoxious, and does dumb shit to get attention. He's a child. He has a body of a 20-something-year-old, but a mind of a middle schooler. Because he hasn't developed yet. He's still a child. Once you become a grown man, go through grown man things, have literal lives you have to worry about, you know, actually know how it feels to not be able to have money to pay your bills. Things are happening. You say, oh, okay, I know what I need to worry about. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. Every single time. That's why I say I wish I could debate this man. Because I would say that same thing. You think he's special? Oh my God. Every single time. You can't just make shit up off the top of your head. Y'all do it all the time. All those red pill gurus and things like that make shit up on the top of the head. You believe in the Matrix. If you wasn't born, within the time period of 2001, you don't know what the fuck the Matrix even is. It's a fucking movie. It's a movie. Based off of two transgender individuals' ideology of transitioning. That's why you see to Agent Smith. Everyone can become Agent Smith because they can transgender. They can they can transition to a man. A woman can transition to a man. Actually, I think that happened in there because that's how it is. That's how it is. None of them are like it's not that. It's not that complicated. It was an action movie that took was the first action movie to take some of the ideologies and things from anime, Ghost in the Shell, things like that, and add it to an action movie. Definitely during that time period, that was very cool at the time. 2001. That's it. Other than that, the only Matrix we know of is a movie.
Her head. She can because she's a woman. Men can't just make it up. I'm a king. No, we should.
Yeah, you can. We call ourselves that all the time. He calls himself that too. Have you heard about Andrew Tate? Have you heard the way he talks about himself? Everything is the best. This, the best that. Oh, yeah, the most highly technological place on earth. Oh, this is the operation of the best, operation here. I had the best technology, I had the best guys, the best this and the best that. Everything is the better. There's nothing better here. There's nothing better out there than it is here. He says stupid shit like that. Oh, this is the basic operation of the, most highly advanced, organization out there. And it's nothing but a bunch of computers out there and two dudes. He says stuff like that all the time. He makes shit up all the time. He talks about him being the smartest person out there, but he's dumb as shit. He talks about himself being the most dangerous person out there when he's really not. When he's really not. He talks about himself and building himself up to an unrealistic expectation. But he's saying you can't make that type of ideology out when you're a dude. And the only things he said was, "Is everyone special?" Something you learned in elementary school. Yes, everyone is special in their own way. There's not enough of Sneako. Sorry, Sneako. There's not enough of Andrew Tate. You can try all you want to be the next Andrew Tate, but you're not going to get all of his following. That's it. It's not like it's that complicated. It is what it is.
You give me.
Now you gotta understand what's going on here. As you can see, he's black. and he has black friends, and he has a lot of black people in his community. So he's saying that women have more rights now than they ever had. Guess who also have more rights now than they ever had? So he can't go out there and say, well, yeah, true, they don't need them. Just like women don't need those rights, men don't need them. We can't say that. Can't say that about black people. Because he'll lose all his followers. And he's on Rumble. He barely got anything.
Right now. And they still act like they're
See how that contradictory statement comes in? Women have more rights than they ever had before. So should black people should not be ratified for more rights? So they in the same boat? He just asked, well, black people have more rights than they did, so should they not be ratified for more power? Yeah, we should. Because there's such thing as systemic racism. And that's obvious. And he gets stunned. And so he has to figure out how the hell he's going to get past it and lie. It's hard.
Oh, that was a good question.
Actually, he's wrong. Patriarchy is not natural. There were women that were in control of masses as well as men. You can be physically strong, but appear dumb. Guess what? That woman who's smarter than you takes you down easy. And vice versa. You can be smart, but puny as shit. And a woman can easily fling you around. Right? Patriarchy is not biological. It doesn't even mean anything. What he's saying is meaningless. Because you drunk that stuff.
That's biology. Racism is based in just hatred.
Yeah, Sneako.
Man, that's spot on. He's not joking. God damn. That is Sneako, 100%. He can never admit when he's wrong. He can't. He's going to prove it, by the way. But like I said, good old bullying. This is good old bullying. He's making what? Need that pan clean? The other one should be clean. Check inside the
What did you fix?
Something to eat, some steak. I didn't know you need that pan. That I was worrying. The other one should be clean. Checking the Good God. Don't play around. I don't care.
I mean, you already ate, so you shouldn't be hungry.
I am. I am hungry. And I'll be hungry after I take you to work. I shouldn't eat again until tomorrow at this exact time. Go on now. Be real.
Now, as soon as you trigger them, they stop making sense. They just need to fight you.
This is Sneako. He argues point.
You heard it correct. This retard is going to say that seat belts make driving more unsafe. Again, just calling it like it is. If you think that, how can you not be considered an idiot? I mean, seriously, how can you not be considered an idiot? How can you not be considered an idiot? Only idiots think that seat belts make driving less safe. Seatbelts make driving more dangerous. How can you believe that? 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 Because he can't accept that he's wrong. And Sneako must love to be a slave because he keeps having white men owning him. You got Destiny owning him. And now he got Willie Mack owning him. Brother, I thought slavery ended. Stop trying to go back to it. Leave the plantation. Good God. Because I just noticed Willie Mack is pulling up nothing more than Destiny videos. Get off the plantation, Sneako.
Or do you not give a fuck
Actually,
with it?
I have this thing where you could put a seatbelt like.
Now, first, that product does have some necessity to it because there's some cars that do have that beeping sound when you have the passenger seat and there's no seatbelt on. And so if you have some stuff in the passenger seat that has some weight to it, that stuff will get annoying. And it will still go off over and over and over again while you're driving. So that is kind of a smart thing to get if you had a type of vehicle. I just wanted to say that. You should wear your seatbelt, but you know, if you had a type of problem, you know, let's say you hauling some stuff around a bit, you just get tired of that dinging sound. Yeah, get that. Because I had a vehicle that was like that before, actually, where, you know, the passenger seat, it would go off both the driver and passenger seat. It's an old vehicle, you know, not old as hell, but, you know, had some age on it, where it will go off, excuse me, for both seats. So, yes, that would have been definitely, you know, a lifesaver if I knew that was there, though. I'm not going to lie about that. But back to the destruction. Look at the links you have to go to just to disagree with Destiny because he can't accept that he's wrong. Dude, there's no way in hell you're going to try to tell me that it's okay to go take your head and go flying through the windshield of your vehicle. I mean, seriously, this is how stupid he really is. He can't admit that he's wrong. He can't admit, like, oh, yeah, I'll take the L on that. I take an L on that. Just admit it. Be a man, admit it. There's nothing wrong with it. If you took an L in this time, you took an L. Just say it. But he can't. He want to talk about these women and how they start just the only thing they can do is start disagreeing with you. You do the same thing, dude. You do the same thing. Just admit it. Yes, you. No, wearing a seatbelt is significantly better than not wearing it because you go through that windshield, your head go through that windshield, you probably get a concussion hitting the damn windshield. the glass can become a problem. It can get in your it can get into your skin, your eyes, your mouth, your neck, cut you up, things like that. And then of course, as usual, it's never the the impact that kills you, it's the suddenness of it that killed you. So if you go skidding across the goddamn ground, you hit the ground, you're probably gonna die, because don't forget, if you went to school and you learned a little bit, you go at the same speed the car is. So if you're going at 70 miles an hour, you're going at 70 miles an hour as well. So you're going to hit that windshield at 70 miles an hour, go flying through that windshield, and hit the pavement at 70 miles an hour. But if you have a seatbelt on, the seatbelt will gently bring you back enough that it will stop you. You'll get, a sudden jerk, but you'll be brought back in a safe enough position. You might get a little burn on you from the seatbelt or whatever, surface damage, that's it. But at least you're more likely to be alive. It's a more likely chance of you being alive if you have a seatbelt on than not. And this idiot knows it. This idiot knows it. He's an adult. He's a grown man. Every adult knows it's best to wear a seatbelt. And he just can't admit that he was wrong because he's being owned by destiny.
But a seatbelt could trap you in there.
What do you think is more common? Do you understand statistics or probability?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's more common.
He knows he's wrong. He just won't man up and admit it. He's so stupid, he thinks Hitler isn't a Nazi. Hitler!
You think that Hitler, not Hitler, Kanye was joking when he said that he liked Hitler, though?
No, he's being truthful. But he was saying something provocative on purpose. The overall idea, see, people say oh, look, he's a Nazi. No, he's not. He's black. Yeah.
By the way, you can be black and be a Nazi. You can be black and be racist against black people. Simply put, it's called being Uncle Ruckus. I mean, he was literally created because of Jesse Lee Peterson. Right? That was supposed to be a mock of, by the way. And Sneako just can't admit that, yes, you can be racist. Of course, Kanye West is going through a mental problem because he lost, money and prestige, and he got divorced and got hit with that Kardashian curse. And so he started losing his mind. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, after he started to lose all of his money and connections and advertisers and things like that, have you noticed haven't seen Kanye West a lot? Hey, girl, when the last time you seen Kanye West? Yeah, about a good year, right? Have you noticed that? The last time I paid attention to Kanye West is when he was dealing with the whole thing with going on Alex Jones' show, talking about how he loves Hitler. Candace Owens threw him to the side because she was trying to, throw Parler onto him, trying to get him to buy Parler because her husband owned it. And she knew there was a money pit and thought she can, levy this money pit onto this idiot who obviously has a mental problem, right? Oh, maybe this is obviously mentally retarded individual, and Kanye West can take this, this money pit off my hands. Okay, Kanye, let's be friends. Yeah, let's wear white lives matter and all that stuff. Let's go see Donald Trump. Let's get Milo Yiannopoulos, who's a lying gay man. Because Milo says he's not gay, but he is. He still lives with his husband, last I checked. Not husband, guy who formerly was his husband. He still lives with him. He just closeted gay, trying to hide it. Because it's fun to kick at other gay people from the shadows while people think you're straight when you're not. Nick Fuentes, same thing.
He's not a Nazi. That's the point.
Okay. Yeah.
That was an Aryan. A Nazi can be anybody, as long as you're useful. But they wanted the race to be blonde-haired, blue-eyed individuals. Hitler was a Nazi. Trust me, there ain't not a damn soul on planet Earth, definitely during that time period, would say that he wasn't.
Or like a neo-Nazi, I suppose.
Yeah.
I feel like
You do know that that's what the whole purpose is. They try to dilute the term Nazi so it become acceptable. By the way, the same guy who piled around with Nick Fuentes, who hated his exact existence. You see, Nick Fuentes against race mixing. By the way, Sneako is the product of an interracial marriage. A white person and a black person. By the way, just in case you need to know, Nick Fuentes hates his literal existence and said it to him multiple times. I don't know if we'll get to it, but I'll definitely try to.
He couldn't be. He wasn't part of the master race, so.
yeah, and then nobody's enough.
Nazi party was a Nazi.
As soon as you trigger them, they stop making sense.
No, definitely not. Not better than men, but we are better than men.
Imagine if I said that shit. If I said, no, men are better than women. And you go, why? Just because, no, it's my personal opinion. I'm just better than you. Like, as a gender, I'm just better.
He does do that all the time. Literally in the same video, he does that.
If I said that, I would have a million reasons as to why men are better than women. Like, more physically capable, smarter, faster, more capable of leading.
First and foremost, men aren't smarter than women. If we were so smart, why do we have a lower life expectancy than women? You see, you bring that stuff up. Like, so why do men have a lower life expectancy than women if we're so smart? Why is it that you can always find men doing something stupid and dangerous instead of women if we're so much smarter? Why? Well, because you can do muscular things better doesn't mean that you're better than these women. Women are significantly smarter than men because they can do things that men can't. Like think more critically. Why you think that the most wars are caused by men? Have you thought about that? All the most dangerous and deadliest wars are always caused by men. World War I, World War II, Iraq War, Civil War. Men. Because why? Do you think that would happen when we have women in charge? No, they'll be able to think more critically. They would already knew there had been time to get rid of the daggone slavery, because they would have already known ahead of time that the boll weevil was going to come up and eat the goddamn cotton any damn way. You can't put your eggs all in one basket. They would have known already. Let's go ahead and figure out something else we can do that's definitely more beneficial for everyone. Ending slavery is definitely beneficial because it's not a necessity. Truth be told, that's the reason why America, which didn't really end slavery, went past this form of slavery. Because slavery still exists in America. Slavery has not been ended by America. The 13th Amendment does not end slavery. If you read it, it says less by a punishment. So you can use slavery as a punishment, in which, guess what? We do. African Americans make up 6% of the population, but it makes up 50% of people in jail. Why? Because of slavery. By the way, these are privately owned jails, majority here in America. Privately owned. Gotta keep them shelves stocked. Gotta keep them having their employees. Turnover rate gets kind of hectic.
You got to feel bad for this chick. You just see this.
And like I'm going to do as well, I'm going to talk about how the right wing cannot define woke. None of them can. They don't know what woke means. They can't define it. So what the hell does woke mean anyway? Seriously. And like I said too, by the way, again, he's single. What is the purpose of viewing Sneako's stream? He's not going to help you get women. He can't keep them. He's Muslim now. And thinking that that's going to help him. Where it's blatantly obvious that he's not. He doesn't care about the religion or faith at all, period. He's just using it, the clout chase. Because that's the only thing he has. The only thing he can rely on is praying to dear God that he doesn't lose a follower. That's the only thing he has.
Really want is a good man to fucking. Yeah.
This comes from a person that started out trashing people like Andrew Tate and then wound up becoming an Andrew Tate clone. So much for the independent thought, isn't it? This man doesn't have an independent thought in his body. This is always like that. I mean, again, once I grew up, things like this never caught me. I can easily tell that these guys are bullshit. Sneako is bullshit. He's not going to fight anybody. If someone accepts his challenge, he's going to, try to duck and hide and run and be a bitch. So he can talk about doing things. He's not going to do it. He can wave a gun around on Rumble because fuck whoever owns the shit don't give a fuck. You can show literal child porn on that and they won't care. But guess what? He's not going to do anything. He's not showing up anywhere. He's hoping his chat does it. Because he shows up, he knows the repercussions are much harder on him. You have nothing to gain, but a hell of a lot to lose. What you going to do? Well, if you beat me up, okay, I sue you for everything you're worth. And now the little bit of money that you make from this goddamn chat, I'll take from you. You show up and get your ass beat. Now you can't do anything. What, you going to sue me? You came here. to my place, assaulted me. Stand your ground. Easy. And I'll stand my ground and stomp you onto the ground. Guess what? Hey, you use that gun and you kill me. Now you're going to jail for not just attempted murder, first degree murder. Ain't a damn thing going to stop you. Because they're going to look, okay, what's the last thing that happened? Oh, he had a beef going on with Sneako. Let's go talk to Sneako. Where were you at when you shot this person? Oh, yeah, because, we got probably the person got a surveillance camera there and recorded it. You shooting them. Time to go to jail. He's too stupid. He has nothing to gain from fighting people. So he tried to have the bravado like he's a tough guy when he's really not. Always, he's like one of those small dogs, the little chihuahuas and shit like that, who have more bark and no bite. And I'm a nobody and I can see this from him. All that mouth and nothing. Nothing, dog. You're trash.
Fine. It is what it is. I know that might sound misogynistic. Men are the philosophers.
More emotional. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. More emotional. Come from Sneako. You'll see. He's going to talk about it. We're going to get to that point. I already know that. You heard that right. Brandon Buckingham. I knew he was going to get to it. I knew it was directly afterwards. Brandon Buckingham just made into a fight. And he straight up started crying. Like a little bitch. He had to open up a window. Brandon Buckingham is not like some real swole big dude. He's not like Dave Bautista or some shit like that. Him and Sneako basically are the same size. Brandon Buckingham just knows how to throw his hands a little bit better than Sneako. And that's all it took. The fact that you know how to throw hands slightly better than the average person. And he bitched.
Holding back tears on stream.
The same.
Good.
It's like the most hate comes from like.
It is, and the funny thing is, his chat is saying he's
not
a bitch.
so tough when having to deal with a guy that would beat the fuck out of him. The woman, yes, he'll fight a woman.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I feel like Sneako hates women because he's very close to identifying as one. I'm going to read this tweet from Jeremy, and I want...
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Good. What I'm talking about. Remember this. Because Jeremy, the quartery, came out and just said the truth. A lot of right wingers are either gay or trans chasers. There's video out there already. You can see it. I think Shark 30 did it as well. Talked about Andrew Tate, who was blatantly showing that he's a trans chaser. Trying to make it acceptable to have sex with a transgender woman. But you're supposed to be on that side to say that that's not right. That no matter what, no matter how that person look, since they have a dick, that is a man. Right? You're supposed to be on that side. Oh, well. Guess not. Guess not. Let me go ahead and plug this up. Keep it plugged up. So I can, there you go. Keep it nice and bright so you can get a brighter view of me too from the screen. Light from the screen keep dimming out because it's the battery. Yeah, there you go. Nice and brighter. That's why I try to keep my laptop plugged up. No worry. It's okay.
I want to see if this correlates to Sneako at all. Loads of right-wing commentators are either closeted gays or tranny chasers. Look, I accept and support them, but many of these people you think are based and red-pilled love trans cock. Or, well, cock in general. Deal with it. I mean, what other straight guy has so many half-naked photos of himself? He was jerking off in front of a male photographer, laying next to another man's ass. As a kid, he wore his sister's dress. Did I mention he was touching his peener in front of a male photographer?
Yeah, he was jerking off in front of a male photographer. Hey, I don't know, bro, but it's a little game. It's a little game. It's okay.
This was uncensored. I had to censor this. He was half chub for sure. He has stories of these old guys eating out his girl while his peener is still in her, meaning other men have licked his wiener.
This is it. This is the reason why he gets destroyed. This is the reason why he properly gets destroyed. And sure, he should. You should be destroyed. That's the reason why I'm jumping in. He's a cuck. He's a cuck. He's admitted that he's a cuck. There's no way in hell that your girl convinces you that you guys should start swinging and that you should take her to go get fucked by other dudes. You allowed this either, straight up Chad or Tyrone to bang your girl. Because remember this, you talked about how his girl's legs in the air and her toes were curly, and she's moaning all loud. What? And you sitting there ass naked watching this shit. And he's such a Chad or Tyrone to say, you can't touch my woman, but I'm going to touch all over yours. How else can I be anything but a cuck? And he says, you should do it. We all should experience that. No, I don't want to experience my girl getting fucked by some other dude. Really? Really? Really now? You gonna let some random dude just plow your girl? You two want to take your girl to this place so it can happen. And you're supposed to be in love with this individual. And you allowed it to happen. You know, if my girl says that, oh yeah, I want you to take me to this place. I'm gonna be having sex with a bunch of dudes. You can't touch nobody, by the way. I'm gonna be having sex with a bunch of dudes. I won't tell her. Well, you know, I'm sure your mom got a nice room over there on the couch. You can go back over there, like today. I will literally tell her that because I'm not letting some other dude touch you. Like, why would I do that? Like, I'm faithful. I don't go out there and try to get other women. By the way, I'm like, hey, let's just be what it is. You and me, and that's it. Come on now.
And so while I'm like hitting her from the back, he lays down on the floor and starts licking her. But think about like the logistics of that.
Dick is that close.
Think about the logistics. Like his head is like is like 6 inches. Like his eyebrows are like tickling the bottom, and I have to like move, like go like that so I don't make contact because his eyebrows are like tickling.
You only got to look at this guy for a minute to realize he's crying out for help. You see, once on stream, he admitted he caught a friend using the app Grindr.
I realized halfway through the ride, I'm like, oh shit, he left his phone. I pick up his phone from the passenger seat. I look up, 2 notifications from Grindr, chat. He had 2 notifications from Grindr. I'm not gonna bring it up.
It's okay.
That's the option that I'm clicking. Just ignore it and keep pretending that he's straight. I want to keep living in the lie. Why is that not an option? Keep living in the lie.
This is sad. Sneako, you would be accepted. Jeremy accepts you.
Who is this cute little lesbian and how tight is her pussy?
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.
As we've already seen, Sneako isn't the brightest. He completely ignores all facts, logic, and common sense when it comes to things that challenge his core values, and Andrew Tate is definitely one of them. He's said multiple times that he wants to be the next Andrew Tate.
I'm trying to be that. I want to be the top G one day.
That's only because he wants the money and the accolades and whatnot. He doesn't want to put in the real work to be like Andrew Tate because let's be real with yourselves. In order to be Andrew Tate, you have to commit crime, like straight up, realistic crime, to the point where you can't stay in America or, you know, England. You have to hide in a place that's corrupt because he literally said it. That's the reason why he went to Romania is because it's one of the most corrupt states out there. But I'm saying countries. One of the most corrupt countries out there. So he wanted to move there, and he knew that Romania is very corrupt, and corruption runs amok over there, so he can hide there for a while. Sneako ain't willing to do that. So he's going to try to emulate all the looks, like wearing shades indoors, like he's doing right there. You know, jackets indoors, you know, smoking cigars, things like that. He's going to try to emulate everything he can, except for going fucking bald-headed like Andrew Tate. Probably do that later. Try to do stuff like that so he can emulate Andrew Tate. Because he can't deal with the fact that, you know, not being him, he's useless.
When the Tates got banned off YouTube, Tristan passed the torch to Sneako, and he completely creamed himself.
I'm going to continue living the life. So, Sneako, young man, if I disappear, I'm passing the torch to you. Keep spreading the message while it's still relevant to talk.
Tristan Tate said,
look at that. Like a little bitch. What torch is he passing? Lying to people? He's part of this rip pill shit, but they're the most blue pill motherfuckers out there. They're the most blue pill cucks out there. Andrew Tate, Sneako, all these supposed gurus are nothing but fucking blue pill niggas who just lie to you. They lie to you. They lie to you because they don't want you to realize your life sucks right now, and they're continuously making it suck. And you keep paying them all this money, keep running back to them and listening to them, your life will never change. But once you grow up and realize, I do have to take some risk out there. I do have to do some things to work on myself. I'm not your most physically fit, tough dude out there. I ain't built like The Rock. You don't have to be. You need to go out there and look for the right type of woman. Someone that doesn't have just looks and no brains. You want someone that has some brain cells in their head. Because more likely you're going to be needing them and relying on them a hell of a lot more. Get rid of that stupid ass mentality of women should be in the home and do nothing but cook and clean. You're not going to be able to do it. Trust me, my girl would love to if I would tell her, all right, the only thing you had to do is stay home, cook and clean. Girl, if you didn't have to work, would you stay home? She said, yeah, by the way. If you didn't have to work, you can ask any human being that. If you never had to work, the only thing you had to do is take care of household chores. Would you complain? Girl, would you complain? No. Of course not. Who would? Who the fuck would? Nobody would complain about that. But the thing is, it's not realistic. She has to go to work. She's about to go work in a couple of hours anyway. I have to go to work. I go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. We got to use both our paychecks to be able to make sure that we keep a roof over our head. We have to do that. We have to do that. And that's the point. That's the fucking point. That's the more realistic thing. So you look for the realistic women that say the stuff that you need to hear, tell you stuff that you need to hear, and willing to listen to you and be with you. They may not have the looks, but guess what? In about the next 20 years, he ain't gonna have no looks any damn way. All these Instagram models the next 5 years gonna be all saggy and filled with a bunch of Botox and plastic. They're gonna look like fucking hideous creatures in about the next 5 years anyway. You want a girl that okay, she looked pretty decent. 20, 30 years later, she gonna look the same damn way. Wonder why? She doesn't have all that cosmetic shit. She doesn't have all that surgery. She doesn't have all that shit on her. You can deal with that. Okay, she looks pretty decent. And guess what? She listens to me. She understands me. And things like that. That's the only thing you really need.
He passed me the torch. It's not going to be easy, but they won't die out because
yes, he messed up that Conan Edogawa, Detective Conan type of case closed type of line. Truth will always prevail, as he said, prevail, not prevail. It's a V, not a F. Get it right. But, men are supposed to be smarter than women. So this is what I was talking about. Even if you like a person, you have to be able to think critically on a situation. You don't have to say that he's guilty of something, but you have to be able to say that that's not a good look. You can still believe and defend the individual. Like, okay, I still like him, but yeah, that's a bad look right there. I cannot lie. There is nothing else that can be but a bad look at minimum. Why are you holding women's passports hostage? You can say these women that you have can go places and you can kick them out, but what the hell? If you kick them out and you still got their passports, where are they going to go in Romania? But back to you. Really? You can't go home without a passport. How you going to get on a plane? They don't need to check your passport. Really?
Next time I just use thick cut burgers.
Yeah, that's what my mom used to do. Do the burgers. So next time we'll buy some burgers. Matter of fact, I would do that any damn way. Once I do get some money, I'll buy those burgers so we can do it over again anyway. You know, from over there at Giant, the ones that comes already in the pack. 4 in the pack. Oh, thank you.
Surely.
Hold on. Did Tate wait? I think did Tate actually say he took their passports? Yes, he did say that. Okay, so that's how they can't leave then. He actually takes the passports. And he probably lies and he says it's for tax reasons.
You hand me a bottle of water?
I think you're glazing right now, bro.
They could have asked for it back. They kicked out many women. Destiny, do you not hear about the podcast? You have selective hearing. You don't hear about how many times these women were acting up and they kicked them out because they didn't know how to obey.
He's such a simp for Andrew Tate. He cheers Candace Owens on when she says he's probably not a rapist.
Yes, this is very formality. Candace Owens splitting hairs when I say very vividly on the podcast. When it comes to splitting hairs, we had to start splitting hairs. Trust me, believe they're more likely guilty of something. They're not telling the truth. They're probably lying. And Candace Owens used this one situation saying, well, he requires for the women to get a tattoo of his name on them. Brand them, by the way. You got to get branded. Wow. Like they used to do slaves. They used to brand slaves so you can know whose slave is whose. Right? Type of thing. Like they do with cattle. Brand them so you can have your name on them. So you can, somebody try to steal your cow, you can say, hey, look at that behind. Yeah, that's my brand on that behind over there. That's my steed. Right? She says, well, since he required for them to do that, that itself is not him saying he's penetrating. That's literally it. That's it. And Sneako, woo, yeah. Like, that one situation shows that he actually is a rapist. Because he's branding these women as if he's dead, as if those women are his property. What person tells a woman, yeah, you had to get branded and have my name on you? No, I'm not getting shit for you. Hell no, nothing like that. But you gotta get my name on you. I'm going to force you into this position, lie to you, straight up steal money from you. If you do anything out the ordinary that's against my orders, I got guys with guns, or I use my bare hand to beat and choke on you. But yeah, that's not a rapist. That's not a rapist. You know, because, you know, getting the tattoo part is not him actually penetrating the women. He's not using his dick as a stencil. That's Candace Owens' spot. Take a listen.
Ran in an article last night.
Come on, Candace.
Was a
Did you just hear that? If you're going to be with me, your body belongs to me. I am God. I control everything about you. You're my property. I'm going to put my name on you. Again, if you try to say this is legit business, which is obviously not, how many of us allow that to happen? Let me go ahead and ask her. You know I'm going to ask her. Girl, If your job asks you to do that to get a tattoo, would you work there?
No.
She said no. She said no. Why? Because it's not normal. No job tells you gotta get tattooed.
I do not find
Told you. Since he's not using his dick as a stencil to engrave his name on them, that's not rape at that point. You guys split hairs because I can't accept the fact that he is a rapist. They call him a pimp. You know pimps are illegal, right? The online, real world, whatever, still illegal.
Wanda someone's in the chat.
Really? This is what he's clapping for? The bar is set that low, huh? Tate is forcing at best his employees and at worst trafficked women to get his name tattooed on them, and we're just ignoring that. But it's not evidence that he raped anyone. Woo! Classic Tate W. Andrew Waite in the chat. Candace Owens would then explain how her friend talked to Tate at a dinner party years ago.
she spent a lot of the time that we were there talking to him, right? They were having a conversation. He spoke to her. And at the end of this dinner, as I am not paying attention because I've got butterflies in my stomach and I'm falling in love with my husband, she comes over to me afterwards and she says, this guy, Andrew Tate, I think he's a pimp in Romania.
Being a pimp is illegal. I don't care how you may look at them and like them, it's illegal. That's sex trafficking. That's prostitution. That's illegal. Just saying. You heard him. He said, I haven't been in that business for 6 years. He just recently got arrested for doing a webcam business. Why? Because he knew as big as he gotten, it was getting kind of difficult to be able to keep talking about it out in the open.
When he still is. It wasn't until he was arrested people realized he was
Look at that stupid ass idiotic take. Oh, you can't make a criticism about music if you can't make it. Now, how many people out there can make? He can't even make music. You can't even make music. So he should shut the fuck up. Obviously, Andrew Tate can't do it because he sucks at it. Because he had no beat, no rhythm, no charisma. When you ain't trafficking women, you don't have the charisma to do anything. When those women there obviously don't want to be there. They're there for the clout or the fact they trafficked over there. The music video looks bullshit. And it sucked. Only people that like it, it's just ass eaters. And chin sniffers. Like Aiden Ross.
And then legitimately, the next day, Sneako pearl clutches and cries about Critical's music.
Promoting drugs. I got my balls slap my face. You see the anti-Christ on his forehead? Upside down cross. What is that? And this is the reason I started believing in God. When people that look like this.
Take note. He said he believes in God. Not really. He doesn't believe in God. He's joined the Muslim faith just because he wants clout. He literally said it on his stream that he was with when he's supposed to be with the, red pill Avengers and whatnot. Well, the fuck that mean, right? That he joined and he's not faithful at all to it. He's not going to be praying or anything like that. The only thing he's doing is trying to use the fact that Muslim people defend each other and stand up for each other. That's it. No matter what, they go to bat for him because he's a popular individual and they want people who are popular to be a part of their faith. So he knows they will defend him to the death no matter what he does. He wants that.
Start promoting Satanism.
Wow. Totally uncomfortable, bro. You're not funny because you're not trying to be funny. Because in order to be funny, you have to be relatable. He's not relatable because he's so red-pilled. The more red-pilled you are, the more unfunny you get, and the more irritating you are, the more annoying you are.
Is the stand-up comedy or a TED Talk?
But think about it. Come on, like that lady down south with the pink block. she's probably going to be homophobic, right? And we always act surprised when they go on TV, they say something, they get fired. Like, what did you think that she thought, this lady down south? You think that she was going to have some progressive beliefs about gender norms and about homophobia? No. Like, if my daughter Sally was trans, I'd be fine with it. That's not how they think. Just like you guys up here think that there's 40 genders.
Let's see what the judges think.
I just don't really. I kind of suck. Yeah, that's basically right.
Alexa, set time for 20 minutes.
How many genders are there? How many genders are there? You should.
Yo, when the judge is funnier than Sneako's comedy routine.
Yeah, there you go. It said 20 minutes. I'm almost set. There we go. Now it's back.
Yeah, this turned out.
Way lamer than you. I'll never be cool. I just want to reiterate how much of a bitch this guy is. He's somebody that will act all tough, but as soon as somebody steps up to the plate, he shifts the goalpost. For instance, he gets a video made on him by Mr. Beard, who didn't want to debate Sneako live. So Sneako, even though he couldn't refute any points, twisted it into being a victory.
This guy is, look at him bottom left, another one of the fucking faggots who afraid to debate.
Turkey Tom then makes a video on Sneako, and Sneako challenged him to a debate. Only this time, Tom accepts the debate. Sneako then ghosted Tom with his excuse being that he wants to go on a bigger streamer show. Sneako then gets into a fight with Charlie, and Charlie has a bigger audience than him too. So Sneako has to shift the goalpost yet again to where Charlie has to meet him in real life. Otherwise, it's just another classic Sneako W.
Chat, I'm not reacting to a stream. This guy's pissed me off, and you can tell him this. I want to meet him in person. 7TK Rumble W. W's in the chat not only for this guy being a fucking pussy, but also for the fact that I just lapped you on Rumble.
Yeah, man, you get like 20K views a video. It's not impressive. And then finally,
This is the reason why I said that I'm okay with him being for being canceled. He gets 20K views maximum. He used to get millions. Big difference. But you can hear he's a bitch. That's why I call him that all the time. He's a bitch. When someone's, he challenged someone to a debate, they say, okay, when and where? Or I don't want to debate you because you don't have a big enough stream. I don't want to platform you. Charlie, who has a bigger stream than he ever could think of, oh, we got to meet in person. Challenge somebody to a fight. They say, okay, where and when? Oh, you got nah. I want to stay behind the screen to make jokes. He's a bitch. His mind's still set in middle school and high school because his audience is that. So he had to forever be stuck in that middle school and high school type of time period. Mentally stuck there. He'll be old with gray in his shit, hair gone, bald. Still thinking that he in high school. Still trying to think it's okay for him to have sex with 18-year-olds, and he's 80. Stream them down there gone and moved on to someone else. And he's trying to hold on to whoever's left. That's the point. He's a bitch.
when Brandon Buckingham is down to meet Sneako,
what man does that? Don't forget, this is the same guy who always keeps talking about, oh, I want to on some woman. But, soon somebody who can throw hands a bit, like Brandon Buckingham, pops up. Oh, I'd rather stay behind my computer, make jokes. I'm just a funny man. I'm a jokester. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. Like Charlie. Now he gotta get guns. Now again, once a person like Sneako brings out guns, he's not gonna use them anyway. That shows he's more of a bitch than anything. I don't need a gun. You can bring all the guns. You have a whole military behind you. As soon as you step foot behind it from into that threshold, I'm just gonna murder you because you came here with a gun and trying to hurt me without needing a gun. Straight up. And he's not gonna say this because he's a bitch. He's not gonna do anything. He's a bitch. Simply put, he's a bitch. Because that's what high school bitches do. They act tough behind the camera. Say they want to fight people and shit. Show off, throw around a gun here and there. You're not going to do anything. Oh, these are my clips. The clips are the things, the bullets, the line of bullets you have. The magazine is the casing. And once the bullets get in there, they become a magazine. You're too stupid to know the different parts of a fucking gun that are pretty blatantly obvious, right? When you talk about terminology out there, when it comes to having a gun, he doesn't know it. He's a kid. He's a child. Mentally. Grow up mentally. So he needs to be on the same level as a man. Being the man is more than having, under your arms and hair on your nuts. Being a man is up here. He's still a child. He hasn't grown up because his whole chat is filled with children. Literal children. None of them have grown up. None of them know what real life really is. A lot of them motherfuckers don't even drive cars and don't have a damn license. It's not for the fact that they haven't taken the test. It's the fact that they can't. Just to let you know, they can't because they're not old enough to get one.
If I lose the fight.
So now it's suddenly cool to just stay at home and keep it all online. You know what? I'm realizing the people Sneako's down to fight, it's coming off as a bit pussy to me. He's down to fight two women.
Me and you, we get in the cage. Who's winning in a fight? Monica, I just want to take your bun in a fist and then slam it down like I'm mashing butter. Your dumb mouth that I want to... that it's something. And I'm learning and I'm growing. I did not mean to say that I would grab her bun and smash her head up and down like I'm mashing butter onto my crotch.
Charlie, who's 5'6",
I can beat the shit out of Penguin Zero. He knows it. You pussy to meet in real life. God damn, I need some W's for that, bro.
D'Angelo Wallace, who's a 5'7" gay man and whose only interaction with Sneako was leaving a mean comment.
You bum, you Lil Tekka Ellen looking at you fucking weirdo. Just another gay nerd with glasses who's probably talks the same way and snitches on people. D'Angelo Wallace, you got me feeling some type of way, but I ain't gonna lie. Those glasses, this one little bit.
Look what he's doing. This man's mentally gone. He's gone. He's not there. This is what the red pill leads you. This is why, don't stop popping pills. Unless it's a medicated once your doctor prescribed you, stop popping pills. Or you become Sneako without the money.
I challenge you. You want to box me, bro? Let's do a 1v1 boxing match. You say I belong to the streets? Yeah, I belong to the streets. We can rock this out on the streets or we can do it in the ring, bro. Let's box.
And Ethan Klein, who, look at him. Yeah, I feel really tough around these people too, Sneako. It really takes a big man to act the way you do.
You fat lying piece of shit. I would beat the fuck out of you, Ethan Klein. If you said that about me, you lied to my name, to my face. Let's get in the ring. Stop talking shit about me and let's box.
Oh yeah, that's a top G attitude right there.
And don't forget that as soon as any one of these guys accept those challenges, he's the first one to leave. First one not to show up.
there. Wanting to fight these people? Tough. Wanting to fight somebody your own size who's also training to box? Nah, man, let's just leave it online. Let's leave it to online debate.
If I was any more inbred, I'd be a sandwich.
Sneako's motto is to seek truth through funny.
My motto for the stream is seek truth through funny. I believe in, ultimately, I think my philosophy is comedy, is funny. I think if you follow that, you can never really be derailed.
Yeah, this guy's real deep. It would be a great motto, except he never seeks the truth about anything. He usually just makes shit up and then repeats it as if it's the truth. Honest to God, this guy thinks that working out will get you banned on YouTube.
He's gonna turn into like another Sneako. He's just gonna be banned from everything. He just needs to fucking save himself. It's good that he's working out.
Isn't it funny how they know that working out and becoming better will get you banned?
By the way, he's talking about Aiden Ross. The same Musk from Andrew Tate after he got up from the chair. The same Aiden Ross who showed literal Pornhub, purposefully showed Pornhub to a bunch of 11-year-olds. Straight up. Same dude. But yeah, Twitch is supposed to allow him to still come back on. YouTube would allow him to come back on. He's supposed to still be able to be monetized, which is the main thing. Monetized by these companies. While you outwardly in straight up showing you outwardly showing, purposefully showing porn to 11-year-olds. Because a lot of Aiden Ross viewers are 11-year-olds. But no, it's the fact that he was working out. Come on, be real.
That's not even what Hassan said. He just says these made up things all the time. And like, when is this happening? Name one time. He can't because it's not true.
Yo, is this person retarded? Yes, she's retarded. Is that the answer you were looking for? She's retarded?
Yes, is comedy, is funny. I think if you follow that, you can never really be derailed.
Even worse is he is the most painfully unfunny person I've ever had the displeasure of watching. This video took so long to make because he is so boring to watch. His main thing is telling people he's funny, because that's what funny people do, right?
Because what I'm good at is a message. I'm good at speaking to a camera. I can crack some jokes and stuff like that. Ha! Woo! Ah! You know what I'm saying? I'm good at entertaining you.
That's what he's good at. He's good at yelling at the front of a camera. He's good at yelling in front of a camera. That's the only thing he does. If that makes money, does in front of a camera makes money? Really? That's what makes him money? Does being shirtless and yelling in front of the camera to a bunch of 11-year-olds? And again, what guy is okay with being shirtless as much as he is? Really? He shows his body more than wrestlers do. And they could be on the screen for about 30 minutes.
Wow. His best bit is putting an L in front of someone's name when he dislikes them.
Larandon, Luckingham, Lasanabi, L3, Ethan Decline.
It's not even a good roast, and he had to steal this from Gideon. You know what? Actually, the joke's good. It's kind of growing on me, because you'd be Liko. Like when you cried to Brandon because he made fun of your cuck open relationship.
To my surprise, Sneako FaceTimed me literally crying like he had just seen the worst shit in his life. He's got tears rolling down his face because I said some stuff about his girlfriend and said I'd knock him out.
This is a dude. Again, another white man. You must, like I said, I don't know why Sneako likes being owned. If he wants to go back to the plantation, go back to the plantation, bro. Get your own ass onto a plantation. Because you keep getting owned by white people. By the way, the only reason why he's saying that is because if if you were more fearful of coming out with sexual assault allegations because for some odd reason the judge can say, "Oh, you're lying." Why? Because I just said you are. You have all the evidence, but I don't like you because you're a woman, so you're lying. You go to jail. So that will leave women to be less open about their allegations, so they can get raped and abused and sexually assaulted, and they won't say anything. That's the reason why he's for that type of thing. Yes, you shouldn't lie on people and get away with it, obviously. But that's not the approach that he's really looking for. He's looking for a holistic approach where women cannot, come out with sexual assault allegations, period, regardless. Rape is legal, type of thing.
But is it a felony to lie about a felony? She should spend the night in jail, but she won't be.
Less than 1% of credible sexual assault allegations actually get taken seriously. They don't even get charged with them. The individuals, the women will be literally abused. There'll be literal rape kits. There'll be literal, the assaulter will literally come out and say, "Yeah, they did it." All that, the whole thing, whatever you think that will be needed to put someone in jail for sexual assault, they will have, and the person won't get arrested, won't get charged, and won't go to jail. Because less than 1% of those cases, those are credible cases, even get sent to a judge. So what do you think happens to the rest of them? Of course they don't get hurt. Do your research and stay in school, people. Seriously.
The accusers face zero repercussions, and it ultimately makes it harder for the real victims to come forward. But what if I told you Sneako has accused his critics of doing those exact same things simply because he doesn't like them?
Oh, you know who's an L-Mans? Brandon Buckingham. Oh, yeah. That guy sucks. Bro, literally said, I'm gonna R-word your girlfriend. Yeah. Literally said that. This dude said he is going
Yes, it's the same girl that took him to swingers, place and had sex with a bunch of dudes. So yeah, that's not rape when she's willing to do that.
Saying that you lied and said that he said he wanted to
What did I tell you? I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here for that part. Get a little bit more in. But did I tell you? What did I tell you? He's a bitch. He's a bitch. He's hypocritical and a bitch. Every time he says things out of his mouth, he contradicts himself over and over and over. Because the only thing he does is look for something that's convenient for him. Oh, Alexa, turn off. He only looks for things that's convenient for him. That's it. That's it. He's a bitch. Soon as someone accepts his challenge, regardless what it is, he flakes. A real bitch. Now, let me go ahead, change this here. Change that. Bam. Get him in real quick. Because you know I know what that means and what we're talking about. Well, first and foremost, let me go ahead. Yeah, this there. Let me go ahead and do a little something. Show you guys this real quick. You know it. Excuse me. I had to do that. Why? Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we got it. We got him. We got him. We got him. We got him. A little bit. You know, he's not for real too much. But still, hey. Here we go. Let's let this play a bit.
This morning that he will be arrested on Tuesday. Trump said that on Truth Social. He said, in fact,
quote, the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested next week. Protests take our nation back.
So, as you heard, on Tuesday, he's going to be arrested. Now, girl, if police were out to arrest you, would they tell you the time and date you are going to be arrested? White and rich privilege abound. Abound. You being told, and you have another week in advance of knowledge that you're going to be arrested. So as a person who has the ability to fly all around the goddamn world. So this is the most kid gloves of kid gloves could ever be when it comes to somebody being a fucking arrested. And here's this big dumbass Brandon Tatum about to lose his damn mind. Just making nicknames and shit like that, childish nicknames, is not going to absolve you of literal fucking crime. The Stormy Daniels thing is probably the thing that I think that got him right now. That did happen. Bitch, that was your fucking finger that wrote the name, your damn name, on that fucking check that you gave to her. That you came clean after you won the election and said, yeah, that was you. You can't extort women and get away with it. This is the thing I don't understand about conservatives. All the evidence in the world. And he come up with fake news. Oh, it's a lie. Witch hunt. All this stupid shit. Thank you, baby. Look at this meal. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Mashed potatoes. Greens. String beans, thank you. Good. Good. Put it over there for real quick. How can you say that this is a witch hunt? Look how long it took for them to come up and say, yeah, this bro committed a crime. This bro committed a crime. He actively committed a crime. And we took so long because we tried to allow for him to have that whole buffer of being president. Now he's not. He's a regular citizen. You can't have a blanketed shield to be commit crime with reckless abandon because the only thing I say is, I'm running for president. How many of us can do that? If I was to go out there and steal money from a bank, you think I can say, well, no, you can't do it because I'm running for office. I'm running for presidency. I'm running for presidency. So now I can commit crime with reckless abandonment. I am protected because I am running for office. What the fuck? I thought it was supposed to be no one's above the law. Donald Trump had proved that to be completely and utterly a lie. And we do know if you're white and rich or just white and conservative, you're pretty much above the law anyway. But damn, at least y'all give us some type of bullshit ass, a facade of it. It's not like he's going to be handcuffed. It's not like he's going to actually have a mugshot release. It's not like he's going to get real fingerprints on that motherfucker. Trying to just hold him accountable just a tiny bit. He got Brandon Tatum, dumbass, coming out here talking about, oh, it's a witch hunt. Really? Really? How? How? Do you have any evidence other than your feelings to go off of that says it's a witch hunt? Really? Do you? Do you? I just want to know. I just want to know. Because obviously he doesn't. Obviously he doesn't. He doesn't have anything. No, it's good. It's definitely good.
Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they...
So he doesn't know anything about this case, but he says that's a witch hunt. There you go. That's all you need to know. Seriously, he's a lying fucking idiot. A hypocritical, bigoted idiot. I don't need to go any further than that. I'm not. He doesn't know the charges. He doesn't know anything about the case, but it's called a witch hunt. Why? Because Donald Trump is involved. And I like Donald Trump. So since I like him, he can't commit crime. That's what conservatives do. That's how they think. Really. Have some form of nuance. Have some balls for instance. Just to say, well, hey, I can think critically a little bit. If you think that Joe Biden had anything like what Donald Trump had, a sexual assault allegation, Bill Clinton did, he was impeached. And still, to this very day, linked with that sexual act. By the way, it was consensual. It wasn't even rape. It was just a simple fact that he was in the Oval Office getting a blowjob. But here he's got fucking Donald Trump having sex with a literal fucking porn star while his wife is pregnant with his child. And the moral police is, oh, yeah, that's perfectly okay. That's the most Christian thing to do. God is saying, yay, good job, do it. Make sure you go out there and do it some more, Trump, because God's in favor of you. Hallelujah. God loves you, Trump. Thank you for doing that. But as soon as you have anybody on the right wing, on the left wing doing anything sexual, they can be doing it with their literal sex partner. And the moral police pops up. Oh my God, you can't be doing that. That's wrong. That's illegal. This man isn't a Christian. He doesn't know anything about the Bible. He can't even read the Bible. He doesn't know how to even come up with a scripture. He doing like Sneako, just being a Christian for clout. And I know all those dumbass conservatives, fake ass Christians, because they're not real. And I say it directly. And I'll tell every last one of them, you're not a fucking Christian anyway. You can have a church and a congregation and not be a Christian. Because you do it just for the money and prestige and the power and notoriety that comes with it. And the clout that comes with it. That dumbass one that's all about, oh, go ahead and accept it.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello. I'm good.
See, it's the whole thing with her phone disconnected to her computer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the stupid ass one that said you can't be a Democrat and be a Christian. He has a movie coming out. I wonder what he's doing it for.
Yes.
He's not trying to bring people to God. He's the only thing he's doing it for the fucking money anyway.
She no longer works on the weekend.
Ridiculous.
Yes, on Freedom, yes.
They don't know anything. Mm-hmm. They don't. They're trash.
Let me guess. They must not have somebody work on Granite tonight.
You going there at 8 o'clock anyway, right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's probably what it needs to be.
Because what it is at the when my shift time really starts, I go up on my dorm. So he must be trying to figure out who he can get to cover that.
Cover that dorm, because as soon as you get to your time period, you're going to your own, rightfully so. See, this is real world problems. This is adult problems. Sneako and the rest of them and those incels don't understand that.
Call me next week.
Literal job called you. This is during our last read.
Shit, I'll be there in a little bit.
You ready to say that? Real life. But anyway, you see that bullshit. I had to cut it off because I'm not even going to let you go any further. Once he admitted that he doesn't know anything about the situation, but he's going to defend Donald Trump anyway and call it a witch hunt because he just likes him, that's all you need to hear. He's a loser and an idiot and a hypocrite. Straight up. You don't need to hear anything else. That's the thing I like about Officer Tatum. At least he gets it within the first 2 minutes of his actual video, if not a minute, so I can cut the shit off. You don't have to really listen to him too much. That's why you hear on the podcast, again, Not So Common Sense Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, by the way. He can do that, and I do it all the time about a minute. You don't need to hear anything else because he openly says it. He said it himself directly. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know shit about this case, but he's going to defend Donald Trump because he's a conservative leader. What else do you need? They're hypocritical. They defend people just to defend them. They don't have anywhere near a critical thought in their bodies. They talk about people being sheep. Well, how much more of a fucking sheep do you have to be when you're defending a person and you don't even know anything about the situation? That's a real sheep. You don't know shit, but you're going to defend Donald Trump anyway. Come on. Really? Now I'm going to have my good food over here. I'm going to eat that before it gets cold. Assholes. I'm going to go ahead and end it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course share the podcast. Later, guys. Say bye, baby. You didn't even look at the screen. I don't understand.